Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Feelings Check-in. Let's talk about triggers. So we're going to learn about what is a trigger and what can we do to help manage the big feelings that come with triggers. Hello, and welcome to my class. My name is Jessica, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. So I'm married. I have two kids. We have four dogs, and we have four pet rats. So we have a lot going on at our house. Some things I love to do with my family is we play a lot of board games, a lot of video games. My husband and my son are big computer gamers. My son loves Minecraft and Roblox, and my daughter loves those also. I play Roblox with them. We play, we play a lot of video games, a lot of board games. My son is in Scouts, so he camps a lot. Have you ever been camping? Do you enjoy camping? It's not something my daughter and I do with them very often. My daughter and I are not big campers. Um, I love to read, I listen to music. One of my favorite things is trying new foods. I really love Korean food. Um, I love K-pop. K-pop is a big thing for me, and I love anime, so really into trying new Asian foods, but particularly Korean food. I love to collect things. Like I collect a lot of Funko Pops for things I really like. I collect a lot of like Hello Kitty, like cute stuff to decorate my office. All right. How is everyone feeling today? Are you feeling good? I'll tell you about how I'm feeling today. I'm honestly feeling a little bit overwhelmed, kind of stressed out, we might say, or nervous. Um, I have a small business of my own, and about every month, a couple times a month sometimes, my best friend and I that helps me, we do these big events or festivals, and we take a tent. Maybe you've been with someone in your family. You take a tent and we go and we sell these things that we make. And we did these things to try to make other people happy. But sometimes the events are really big and I have a lot of things to make. So it makes me feel overwhelmed or stressed out. And even though I've been doing this for about 2 years now, like I still feel a little bit nervous when we go to these events and shows. So, how are you feeling today? I want you to think about that for just a second. How do you feel? And also think too, what are things that make you feel stressed out or nervous or overwhelmed? Maybe it's having a lot of homework. Maybe you have a big game and then you have homework too. And I don't know, just a lot going on. Maybe you have a lot of chores. And all these things that you might be feeling, they're all okay. We just have to learn how to manage them, right? So, our feelings are like the weather, they can change at any time. Think about how you're feeling right now and what kind of weather it relates to. So that's tricky, huh? Think right now to yourself about how you're feeling and the weather. My feelings today is I would feel, I want to say stormy, but I like storms, so I'm not going to use stormy. I feel like a tornado, right? I have all of these things like swirling around in my head, and I just want it all to be in one place. Just because I think so much about what do I need to bring? What do I need to do for my big event? So I feel like a tornado right now. How are you feeling? Do you feel like a tornado ever? What would make you feel like a tornado? All right. What type of weather can you identify with? So, first, we're going to talk about happy. What kind of weather makes you think about being happy? Maybe sunshine, maybe seeing a rainbow after the rain. And happy weather can be all different things for some people. Snow might make someone happy. I actually love rain and thunderstorms, so that kind of weather makes me feel really happy. Sunny days make me happy too, but I really love rain. So think about something that makes you feel happy. What did you think of? Something that makes me happy is Um, you know what? Just curling up when it's quiet in my house and listening to music, that makes me feel really happy. What about excited? What kind of weather is exciting? That's an easy one for me when it snows. Because I live in North Carolina, so I'm in the South where it gets really hot. And we don't see snow as much as we used to. And so even if it's just a little bit and I see a little bit of snow, I feel so excited to see it because I just don't see it much anymore. And it makes me kind of sad too because I love snow. And something that makes me feel excited is knowing that I have like a girls trip coming up with like my best friend and her sister and my sister, and we just get to go and we find new restaurants and we try new Korean food, or we might go to a new bookstore that we've never been to before. That makes me feel really excited. So, what makes you feel excited? I want you to think about that. All right, let's go now to our little blue cloud looking guy. He's confident. Do you know what it means to be confident? Confident means you know you're really good at something, right? You're good at it. You know you are. You might be a good writer. You might be really good at sports. You might be really good at horseback riding. Anything. So what kind of weather would make you feel confident? It's a tricky one for me. I'm not really sure. Maybe the sun. Just being out there in the sun, feeling like I can go plant a garden and all of my plants live. Maybe for me, I don't know. Yeah, I guess sun. The sun makes me confident. But something else that makes me confident is when I'm at my event, with my business. And I see people laughing while they read our stickers and they smile, and I know that I'm making them feel really good about themselves and making them happy, even if it's just a silly sticker. Like, bringing that smile to somebody's face, that makes me feel confident in what I'm doing to bring that to people, to bring that happiness. So I want you to think for just a second, what makes you feel confident? All right. Our next one is looks like the little hand, worried. What kind of weather makes you feel like you're worried? It might be a lot of rain that causes flooding. It might be, like I said, I feel sometimes inside. It might be a tornado. It might be, sorry, there's a bug. It might be hurricanes. It might be thunderstorms. Some people are really scared of storms. So those are things that might make you feel really worried. But what is something that happens in our everyday life that makes you feel worried? It could be a test, big test coming up. It could be maybe let's say also with worried, let's say nervous. Maybe you feel nervous. Maybe it's a new sport that you're just trying out for the first time and you have your first game. You might feel worried or nervous about how you're going to do, right? I feel nervous when I have to get in front of a lot of people. So that would be something for me is having to talk to a big group of people. Now, our sad little guy. What kind of weather makes you feel sad? Sometimes, right? Sometimes we feel sad. Sad weather for me. I don't know. I don't really know about sad weather. I know most people would probably say rain, but I like rain, so I can't really say sad. I don't know if any weather makes me feel really sad, but something that makes me sad is when I know someone else is feeling down. My daughter, she used to have 5 rats, and one of her rats passed away recently, and she's been feeling really sad. So sometimes it may be the passing of a pet or family member, or maybe you have an argument with a friend. Those things might make us feel sad. Okay, so the next one is confused. Can you think of weather that would make you feel confused? I think of confusing weather. I think of, have you ever been in the car with someone and you're going down the road and it's sunny and then all of a sudden it's raining? It's pouring buckets of rain everywhere. And that's very confusing, right? Just it's all of a sudden it's sunny and then it's pouring rain. I think that is the most confusing weather for me. A time when I feel confused is back when I was in school. I good at school. I enjoyed school, but math was my difficult subject, right? And it always left me feeling confused. So that would be mine. Can you take a second and think about when you feel confused? And on to the next one. Bored. What makes you feel bored? What weather makes you feel bored? I think for that one, for some people, feeling bored might be when it's raining outside, right? And you can't go outside, or this also might make you feel disappointed. But if you were really looking forward, you had a game today, or, like maybe you're playing baseball or softball and football, you had a game, and all of a sudden it's raining outside. So you might feel disappointed, but then you're stuck in the house after you were going to be active. So then you're bored. I don't have anything to do. Don't have anything I want to play with. I don't want to do this. You just can't find anything you want to do. You're bored. I don't know about any weather specifically that makes me feel bored, but I'd say for most people it would probably be rain. But you guys think about it. What is your boring weather, or what is something that you have to do every day that's boring? Some of you might say chores. I know my kids would. All right, our little green guy here, he's irritated. Can we think of any other words for irritated? Maybe annoyed, frustrated. What is something that makes you feel irritated, or weather too that makes you feel that? For me, what makes me feel irritated is when it's hot outside. It's hot, I'm sweating, there's mosquitoes everywhere, they're biting me. That makes me feel irritated. Hot weather irritates me and makes me the next one too angry. I don't like hot weather. So those make me feel irritated and a little bit angry. So I want you to think for just a second. What makes you feel irritated? Okay, our last one. It's angry. And I said hot weather makes me angry, but sometimes this is like a mixture for me between being irritated or frustrated or annoyed and being angry. Is sometimes I really don't like when I hear a lot of sounds, like a lot of people talking at one time or too many people trying to talk to me at one time. I don't like that. You know, and sometimes, people don't mean anything by it necessarily, but it irritates me or makes me angry. I don't like that. And I don't like seeing people be bullied. I don't like that, whether it's online or whether it's in person. I don't like those things. So I want you to think for a minute, what is something that makes you feel angry? Because believe it or not, guys, anger usually is the biggest trigger. So, what is a trigger? A trigger for emotions is something that makes you feel very happy, sad, or upset. It could be loud noises, a change in routine, or not getting a favorite toy. Understanding these helps grown-ups comfort kids and helps you learn how to comfort yourself, right? Okay. So this is the less common, but a trigger can be something that makes you feel very happy. Makes you maybe something just takes you to a place where you just feel really happy inside. Maybe it's getting to eat cotton candy at a carnival or a fair. For me, I love like getting new pins. I've collected pins since I was a little girl. I love getting new pins. So that could be a very happy trigger for me, is seeing something that I grew up with, like Hello Kitty, and it just reminds me of happy times. Something sad for me. A sad trigger is I was going through earrings sometimes that I make and I get to sell, and one of them was this cute little rat. And I had made it because it looked like my daughter's rat that passed, and her name was Swiss. We call her Swissy. And I felt very sad because she was my favorite of her little rats, and she was like the first one that we had. And I don't know, it just made me feel very sad. So it could be something that reminds you of something maybe that's past, or just something that makes you feel sad. But the most common triggers are things that make us feel upset, angry, frustrated, irritated, annoyed. And this says, it could be loud noises. That's mine. I told you I don't like it when things are really loud. A change in your routine. Do you know what that might mean? That could be something as simple as maybe every day when you get home from school, your mom has your favorite snack, right? Well, this one day you come home, you've kind of already had a bad day at school. Maybe you didn't make a good grade on something. Maybe a friend upset you, and your mom doesn't have that favorite snack ready. Maybe she just forgot to get the ingredients. Maybe the store was sold out. It's anything. And that is your trigger. All of a sudden, you feel angry. You've had this bad day, and all of a sudden, you're not getting this thing that you have every single day because it's routine, something that happens regularly. And that's okay to feel that way. But what we're going to learn is how to deal with these things safely. Because sometimes when we feel angry, we want to hit or we want to call people names, maybe, or we want to yell. And there's other ways that we can deal with these big feelings, right? So we're going to put together something called a toolkit. We can help manage our big emotions by creating a toolkit. But what goes inside our toolkit and what is a toolkit? So it's not a physical thing that we can carry, even though some classrooms do have that at their schools. My pre-K classroom, we actually had a toolkit. And maybe it was like it had a plushie inside it that the kids could hold. It might have a book that's very comforting. Might have fidget toys, right? Um, but in this case, we're going to talk about a mental toolkit, right? Things that we can think of when something has made us angry and we need to quickly think of something to calm ourselves down. So we're doing a mental toolkit. They might also be called a calm down kit. You might have heard that. So, toolkit ideas. If I can make a suggestion, guys, at this point, maybe get a piece of paper. It could be a sticky note, scrap paper. If you have a notebook or a journal, get that, a pen or a pencil, and feel free to write down any of these ideas that you like, okay? And we'll make sure we go slow so you can write them down. Um, and just be mindful. Some things that work for you might not work for someone else, and something that works for someone else might not work for you. That's okay. We're all going to enjoy different things. We're all going to manage our feelings in different ways. It's okay. Just keep in mind, you might not like the same idea, and that might not work for you like it does for your friend. But maybe you can write these down. You can hang it on the refrigerator, maybe even hang it in your room. Talk about this with your friends, give them some ideas, even talk about it with your parents so they know, okay, when you see me doing this, that means I'm trying to calm down. Because sometimes parents, parents, guardians, we don't know always the best ways to help. So this will help everybody, okay? So our first set of ideas is breathe in and out. And for this, I would close my eyes, breathe in, breathe out, and make sure you do it slowly, okay? Just let yourself feel all those bad feelings leave. Take as long as you need. You might need to take 10 seconds, you might need to take 30 seconds, you might need to take a minute or two. But make sure you do that for you, to breathe in and breathe out. The next one is to paint a picture. Do you like to do art? My daughter does. My daughter loves art. And I wish I was a better artist. I'm not a very good artist, but I love it. And I do love to color, but I'm not very good at drawing or anything like that. But maybe you're really good at it. And maybe that's something, maybe you have a sketchbook. And for painting a picture, I have found that sometimes we think about different colors with different emotions. So maybe you're feeling angry and your angry color is red. You might just paint a red picture. Maybe you can write on there, okay, this made me see red. This made me feel red. And it can help you manage the things that are making you upset, right? Or maybe you feel really happy one day and maybe your happy color is, and it's going to be different for everyone, okay? Maybe your happy color though is blue or pink. And you can write on there, okay, this made me feel really happy today. We also have writing in a journal. I love to write. I don't write in a journal nearly as much as I should or that I want to, but that can be a really good way to get your feelings out. And of course, it's important, to make sure we're spelling our words correctly and using our correct sentences. But the most important thing is just getting your thoughts down. Okay. So don't worry too much about whether or not, that you're spelling everything correctly, that it's perfect. Just get your feelings out. Okay. Eating a snack. Think for a second. What are your favorite snacks? What's a go to snack? I love gummies, all kinds of gummies. So I do tend to go through not the most healthy things. I love gummies. Maybe you love chips. Maybe you love cucumbers, carrots. Maybe you love to eat a banana or an apple and peanut butter. I do love apples and peanut butter. Grapes, strawberries. Maybe that's your healthy snack. Maybe it's peanut butter and crackers after school or popcorn. It's okay sometimes if we are feeling overwhelmed. Maybe we're working on homework and we need a little snack. All right, reading a book. I think that's pretty great, right? To read a book, that makes me feel calm. I love to read before I go to bed. The next one is taking a bath. Have you ever just felt like you didn't feel your best and you go and you just relax in the bath and it kind of just makes you feel better? It's like you wash away all the bad emotions that you're feeling. So taking a bath, definitely one way that we can handle that and make things feel better. Do you love to ride a bike? That can be anything. That can be riding a bike, roller skating, skateboarding, jumping rope outside. Sometimes physical activity is just a great way to get our bodies going again and refocus our attention. Just doing that physical exercise. That's really good for our bodies too and our minds. So, riding a bike, talking about your feelings. You ever just felt really bad one day and maybe you just found the right person to talk to? And sometimes it's called venting. Have you ever heard people say that? Like when they say, oh man, that triggered me or something. But you can also say, I just need to vent. That's okay. That just means you need to talk about how you're feeling. Okay. And that's okay. Finding somebody and just saying, I just feel really sad today, or that really hurt my feelings when you said that. Or I'm sorry that I made you feel that way. And I've been thinking about this and I feel bad. Sometimes just talking with someone is a great way to make yourself feel better. But also, you can write that down too, right? Write it in our journals. Like I mentioned before with riding a bike, just being outside sometimes, getting the sunshine, it's proven that being outdoors in the sun is really great for your mental health and your physical health. So get outside, play, try to play for at least 15 minutes a day if you can. Go outside and just enjoy being out in nature. Dance. Sometimes I love to dance, even if I'm just being silly, being goofy. I like to dance. It makes my body feel good, it gets my heart pumping. I just love music, so that makes me feel really good. Maybe that is a hobby that you do, is maybe you do ballet or tap dance, hip hop dancing. Maybe you do that. Um, those are actually three really popular things where I live for kids to do and get involved in is all kinds of dancing. Mentioned before, cuddling a plushie. Do you have a favorite stuffed animal? I have a few actually. Even as an adult, I still have some favorite plushies. And I wish I had it near me, but I don't, or I'd show you. But my favorite animal is a kangaroo. So since I've been a kid, I've always collected like anything kangaroo that I see. And I had this one kind of a big kangaroo plushie that I love, and you can like heat it up, and it's just like it's soothing. But what's your favorite animal? Do you have a favorite animal plushie that you can hold and cuddle? A lot of people like squishmallows, and this because you can squeeze them, and they sometimes that's a good thing too, is different textures and squishing things, giving it a squeeze if you feel frustrated. Play with a toy. Do you have a favorite toy? When I was a kid, my favorite toys were these toys called Polly Pockets, and I loved Barbies. But I also really loved I loved to play with like He-Man and older toys like that too. So any kind of toy you got, anything that makes you feel good, makes you feel happy, is a good thing to put in the toolkit. Again, this kind of goes back to doing art and the painting, coloring a picture, using those colors to represent your emotions, or drawing what makes you feel happy, or just drawing because you want to, because it makes you feel good. It doesn't always have to have a reason or a purpose. Sometimes you just want to draw. Maybe you just want to draw shapes, stars, hearts, swirls. It's okay. Just draw. If it's making you feel good and making you happy and making you feel calm, do it. Moving your body. We've said that with the dancing, riding the bike, going outside, being active, moving your body is a great way to help you calm down. A really good way. And sometimes that's something that I need to do more of, is when I'm feeling like, remember what I said at the beginning, I felt overwhelmed, stressed out, nervous. I need to go and I need to do, so maybe you've heard of this, doing yoga. Yoga is great to relax, and it's simple. You can find lots of yoga for kids videos on YouTube if you ask a parent or guardian to maybe help you find something. They're great for your body and for your mind to make you feel better. Listening to music. What kind of music do you guys listen to? Or what kind of music do you hear at home? Think about that for a second. I grew up with my parents listening to rock and my mom listened to pop music. And even now, like I still listen to a lot of rock music and I listen to a lot of K-pop. So I don't know. I can just, there's just songs that I hear now, or certain bands I hear now, and it just puts me in this zone and I'm happy. Like sometimes, you hear people have playlists. You can have a happy playlist, maybe a workout playlist, an art playlist, anything that makes you feel like you're really pumped up and you're excited to do these things. Ask it for a hug. It's okay to ask for a hug. If you feel like you need it, boy or girl, it doesn't matter. Ask for that hug. Okay? Sometimes that makes us feel so good. And even when we get a hug, it releases this happy chemical in our brain and it makes us feel better. So even if you are maybe feeling angry, it's okay. Ask somebody for a hug. It might make you feel better than what you think. Okay. Now, personally for me, these are some of my favorite, what we call grounding techniques, right? What can you smell? So, right now, let's think of something that we can smell. Right now, I have a wax warmer in my office, and it smells like pine trees. Like, it smells like being outside in a forest. So, that's what I can smell. What can you smell? Okay. The next one is, what can you feel? Let's see. I'll just do this. If I rub on this, my shirt is soft, a little bit rough right here, but it's very soft on the inside. So, what is something that you can feel right now? What about something that you can hear? Very quietly in my house, I can hear, even saying yourself, I can hear myself talking. I'm hearing my ceiling fan. I hear it going. I can hear my husband in another room. He's on a meeting for work. I can barely hear him through my headphones, but he's loud. But those are things I can hear. What can you hear where you are right now? Might be a dog barking, a cat meowing. It might be kids or people outside. Maybe somebody mowing their lawn. Um, what can you see? If I look around, I can see I have a poster right here. It says "Kindness Matters." Um, I can see my Hello Kitty with lots of pins inside it. I see my laptop that I'm working on. But what can you see? Okay, let's move to the next ones. What can you taste? Maybe you just ate some chocolate chip cookies or you drank some chocolate milk, had orange juice or something. Right now, I don't really taste anything. I was tasting a little bit of toothpaste, but I don't really taste anything right now. So those are using your senses, right? Our five senses. So we have taste, smell, feel, hearing, and seeing, right? So you can use your five senses to help ground you, to help you calm down. I think those are important things to put in your toolkit. Going outside, we talked about this before. Enjoying the sun. It is good for you to go outside and let the sunshine kind of make you feel better. Even counting slowly. Sometimes maybe we just start at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then you can breathe in and breathe out. And then maybe go backwards. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right? That can be my bug friends back. But those can be things that make us feel better. Just to calm down. Take that time, breathe in and out slowly. Making a craft. We've talked a lot about art, right? So, what do you think? Do you think art might be a really big deal? That can be cutting things out, putting them back together. One of my favorite things to do is something called junk journaling, right? You can take a journal and you just cut pictures out. It could be pictures in a magazine, pictures you find online, and maybe if you are able, you can print them out. Cutting up cardboard boxes that, or maybe that have like foods that you like or toys. And then you put them in a notebook and you just arrange it however you want, however makes you feel good. And it's called junk journaling. And maybe you can do something specific for the day that you're having. Maybe you're having a really happy day. You ate a Rice Krispie treat, and you got to go shopping or go to the park. Maybe you can find pictures of those things and put them in. Maybe write a little bit about why this made you feel so good, why you had a good day. A lot of people are crocheting now, doing knitting, um, all kinds of things. Anything can be a craft, right? It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be yours, and however you want to make it. So, singing a song. Do you have a favorite song that you like to sing? A lot of my favorite songs I like to sing are in Korean, and I don't always know exactly the words of what I'm singing. Like, I know some things, but I don't know every word. But it's just fun. I don't even sing well, but I sing loud and I sing happily. Sing a song, anything that makes you feel happy. If you have a pet or know someone that has a pet, sometimes just sitting and cuddling with all of my dogs are big, so it's hard for me to like fully cuddle mine, but um it just makes you feel good, right? When you have this little pet that you can just snuggle and pet them and you know they love you. I really love this one about helping someone. Doing something nice for someone is a great way to also make yourself feel good. It gives your confidence a boost. It makes you feel happy that you did something for someone else. That could be holding a door for someone, maybe cleaning up the dinner dishes or breakfast dishes. without mom having to ask you or grandparents or whoever. Maybe it's taking out the trash. Just helping someone out sometimes can make you feel as good as it makes them feel, right? That's a really good thing to think of. I don't know if you guys have ever seen these or if you've had one or know someone that has one, but it's called a worry stone. And they're usually about that big. And there's usually like almost like a thumbprint size indention in them. And you can just rub it. I actually have one. Um, I don't remember which pocketbook it's in, but I do have one that I carry with me, and it's very pretty. It's like a white, but it's got like rainbowy colors in it. It's called Opal. Um, it's sometimes you just have it in your pocket and you just rub your thumb over it, and it can be something that just kind of soothes you, calms you down a little bit. Spending time with your family. Maybe you have a cousin that you really love, or an aunt or an uncle that you just really like spending time with, grandparents. Spending time with your family. Like I said, with my kids, we love to play board games and video games together. Sometimes my daughter, now that it's summer, she'll stay up a little bit later, and she just loves to come and show me a game that she's been playing, and she loves to talk to me about it. It doesn't have to be anything big. It doesn't mean you have to go somewhere. Maybe it's just sitting out on the porch together. And maybe it's raining and you just go and sit out on the porch and talk, drink some lemonade, going for a walk. Make sure you do that safely and you have somebody with you. Go for a walk. Get outside and enjoy being outside. This one's my favorite, taking a nap. I sometimes I really need a nap. That's one of my favorite things. If I feel like I'm just frustrated and I need to unwind, if I have the chance, then I like to take a nap. It's good. Squeezing a stress ball. So that kind of reminds me of also like fidget toys. Like you can pop things, click. But squeezing a stress ball. Like I said, if you have a squishmallow, those are good to squish too. But I do love having things out you can kind of squish and play with. And there's so many of them. And you can find so many expensive options also. There are ways that you can make your own stress balls too. And maybe one day I'll show a tutorial on how to make your own stress ball. And next we have to smile. My mom always taught me, and this is one of my favorite lessons from my mom, is to smile at everyone, because you never know if you're the only smile that you've given to someone. Like you might be the only person that's ever smiled at them that day. So smile at everyone. Kindness goes a long way. They might not even smile back, but at least you did, right? So you did that. You did that good thing. Hum slowly. Hum your favorite song to yourself while you're working. Maybe your chore is doing dishes or vacuuming or something. Hum to yourself or listen to music. It makes chores go a lot faster if you can listen to music, or even if you just hum to yourself. That helps. Help prepare a meal. My daughter loves to bake, and my husband actually loves to cook. So sometimes getting in the kitchen and making things is, I don't know, that's kind of nice. And if you can do it, or like the pride that you can feel when you make something from scratch, which means that you're making it's not from a box. You're making this thing that other people are going to eat and enjoy. So that's a great thing, to help prepare a meal. Get in the kitchen, help make that spaghetti and meatballs. Sit in a relaxing chair. Maybe you have a favorite chair in your house or a favorite room, and maybe you have like a beanbag chair or like this just big fluffy couch that you can sit on. Sometimes just sitting and cuddling up with a blanket or a pillow and your plushie makes you feel really good. Relax in a quiet space, kind of the same thing. The chair in the picture, the hammock chair, I love those. I wish we had one. I think I would love to have one of those. But maybe if you have a quiet space, you can read a book or just curl up, maybe take a nap. Play with clay. Playing with clay is great. Even as an adult, I love that textile, the feeling of just messing with clay. But if you use air dry clay, you can make trinket bowls to put little items in. You can make little figures to play with, maybe make animals. There's a lot you can do with clay. Clay is a really great activity. It's kind of like Play Doh, but if you get the right kind, you can air dry it or you can bake it. Taking a shower, that's kind of the same thing as taking a relaxing bath. Sometimes you just want to wash away all the frustration. Repeating a positive affirmation. So that's a big word, right? Affirmation. That just means you're going to tell somebody something really good. Like, let's say, let's go up to your friend and be like, hey, David, I really like those shoes. Those are really cool shoes. Hey, Elizabeth, your hair looks really pretty today. I hope that you have a wonderful day. That's more paying somebody compliments. But if you repeat a positive affirmation, let's say I got ahead of myself. I was giving compliments. A positive affirmation might be something like, the sun's shining today. It's going to be a good day. Just something that makes you feel good, makes you think of something really good. If you keep saying that in your head, maybe it's gonna you're just gonna have a great day. You keep thinking that. Asking for help. This one is important. It's okay to ask for help if we struggle. Sometimes adults are not good at asking for help. Sometimes we're just not, okay? But asking for help, if we're feeling overwhelmed, stressed, nervous, sometimes it makes us feel so much better to have a friend or a family member to help us. Maybe you're struggling with basketball. Maybe you're struggling getting getting your shots correct. Maybe ask somebody for help that knows and can give you some tips. Playing with a friend. We all like having someone to hang out with, right? Even as an adult, we like to go out with our friends. Blowing bubbles. I love bubbles. Even as an adult, it's fun. It's fun to blow bubbles. Observing the colors around you. So, I love bright, fun colors. I love pastels. I love having color around me. You can't always do that. Maybe you're not allowed to paint certain places in your house, but maybe you can have just pretty colorful pins that just make you feel happy that you can have some color. But maybe you observe, let's see, it's something that's a good color. Let's just use my purple pen. You know, my favorite color is blue and green and purple. So when I see these make me feel happy. But also, we could use this as a grounding technique. Maybe think of three things that are blue: the sky, um, your dog's favorite toy, maybe your favorite shirt is blue. Three things that are green: grass, the trees outside right now in the summer, and maybe a bird. Maybe you have a pet bird that's green. Purple. Three things that are purple. What could we say? Grapes. Maybe your favorite shape is a heart, so you think about purple hearts. Sometimes, yeah, when I think about purple, certain shades, I think about Taco Bell. So it could be anything. Taking a break. If you are doing lots of homework and you feel stressed out, or if you're doing chores and you feel stressed out, it's okay to take a step back. Don't take a step back too long when you're doing chores because you might get in trouble. But it's okay to take a break if you feel overwhelmed, right? It's okay. Stretch your body. Oh, that's kind of where the yoga comes in, right? But you would be surprised how good it feels to stretch. Touch your toes, stretch your arms. It makes your body feel really good. And sometimes that makes all those worries and the frustrations just kind of melt out of your body. Building a puzzle. I don't know if you like to do puzzles. I like puzzles, but I prefer doing word puzzles. Maybe it's a crossword puzzle or a crossword where you have to circle the word and there's lots of letters. Any kind of puzzle. Maybe it's a puzzle in a game, in a video game. Drinking water. Very important. One thing that I'm not very good at keeping up with is drinking water. But water is so good for our bodies and it makes us feel a lot better. Because when I finally drink water, I feel really good. And I'm doing better right now, but I could stand to improve a lot. But drink water. You'd be surprised it makes you feel good. A weighted blanket. Weighted blankets feel really good, and sometimes they have them at some schools in some classrooms. It's that heavy pressure that's on you. Sometimes it feels good. My daughter has one. Watch the clouds float by. That's very calming, right? To just watch the clouds. Maybe you're outside, maybe you're in the car, and just see what you can find in the clouds. Kind of put your mindset in a different place. Squeeze and relax your body. So I do this a lot. Sometimes I just squeeze my hands real hard and I relax. Squeeze, relax. You can do that with your toes. So maybe give that a try next time too. Give a compliment. I was doing that before and I was supposed to be giving the positive phrases, the affirmations, right? But giving someone a compliment it makes you feel good and it makes the person feel good. So you're doing two things in one, right? Two people are happy. Give somebody a compliment. It makes somebody feel so good. Maybe they've not heard a good thing all day and you go, oh, I like your shirt. You look very nice today. Oh, thank you. This meal is delicious. That makes people feel really happy. And that's it, guys. I hope you had a great time. I hope you learned something about triggers. And remember, work on your mental toolkit, right? Take all those tools and use them. And I hope that you have a wonderful day and enjoy learning more about your triggers and share that with your friends, okay? Share it. Teach other people. That you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you, guys.